this video, I'd like to demonstrate the basics of meridian tapping. Tapping has been around for several decades now, and there are a multitude of different approaches and different tapping points that can be used, and thankfully all of them work to varying degrees. So I'd like to take you through the points that I'll be using in this series of videos. These points are all located on the face and upper body. So let's start with the eyebrow point. So go to the upper edge of the inner eyebrow and just start tapping lightly. You want to be able to hear the percussion of your fingers against your bones. So gently, but not too gently. From there, we're going to move to the side of the eye point. This is at the corner of the eye and really around the temple. Then we'll move to the under the eye point. This is on the front of the cheek, directly under the iris. Then you're going to move to the under the nose point and the front of the chin point. To find the collarbone points, you want to go to the notch of the collarbones, move out about an inch and down about an inch until you feel two depressions. And you might notice that when you tap on those or rub on those, they'll feel a little tender, especially if you're stressed out. The next point is the under the arm point, and that's about 8 to 10 inches below the armpit, right about nipple level. Then we'll sometimes do the top of the head point. For that, you want to use all the fingers of one hand and just tap lightly around the crown of the head in a circular motion. And then we'll finish off by gently grasping the wrist of one hand. Take a deep breath in, blow away whatever's left that you haven't yet tapped out, and seal in your work. Now, when you're tapping, you can tap with one finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers. You can tap with one hand, 2 hands. You can even tap with both hands crossed across your body on those days when you're feeling particularly off kilter. But again, there's no right or wrong way to do this, so don't get hung up on following what I'm doing exactly or worrying about how you might mess it up. You can't mess it up. If you're working with a tapping script like the ones you'll find in my book, we'll start with what's called a setup phrase. And we're going to say that aloud while we tap on the side of the hand. And this has the effect of getting the mind really focused on the problem at hand and the solution that we want. And it's going to sound something like, even though I have this problem or this symptom or this feeling, I choose to accept myself in this moment. And we'll repeat that a few times before we start tapping on the individual points. After the setup, we'll say a reminder phrase while tapping at each point. So it'll be something like this anxiety, this feeling, this symptom, this problem. And we just keep rotating through the points, going round and round until we begin to feel a shift. If at some point you get an intuitive feeling that it would be beneficial for you to keep tapping at one point, by all means do that. Now, if you're ready to jump in and try this for yourself, please check out the next video where I demonstrate how to begin tackling the symptoms of anxiety.